Hello everyone, it's me Alvaro, and today I'm going to do my top 7 best Dragon Ball Z Super movie list. Now, I'm going to include the Dragon Ball Z and Super movies in this list. I'm not going to include the TV specials or the Dragon Ball movies. They're just retelling of the original Dragon Ball story, and the TV specials were just TV specials, so they're not really movies. So yeah, the top 7 best Dragon Ball Z Super movies. Let's get started. Number 7, Dragon Ball Z Resurrection F. Now, I would have included this movie more higher on the list, but due to the fact that it was just fighting in this movie, I kind of can't get that high of a rating. Just again, it's mostly just fighting. There's a lot of missing backstories to how did this happen, how did that happen, how did they get there, or how is this possible? So for that, it has to be number 7. I did enjoy the movie. Again, due to the fact that there's not much story going on, I had to give it a lower spot. And I know these questions are answered in Dragon Ball Super, but again, that's a retelling of this movie, so again, it's not part of the movie. So number 7 for Dragon Ball Z Resurrection F. Number 6, Dragon Ball Z Fusion Reborn. Now this movie was pretty entertaining. I like how this movie is it's pretty much helpless the entire time. Goku's having a hard time fighting the enemy, and all hope seems lost, but eventually they find a way to to win. But especially how Vegeta's able to swallow his pride, to do the fusion again. It was just an awesome movie too. Especially how when Goten and Trunks, also consistent their father's fuse, so they do it too. And so yeah, number 6, Fusion Reborn. It's a great movie. I like. It was so great that they actually had to retell it. Totally retold it again in Dragon Ball GT, which was not that good, but still, this original movie was pretty good than the GT saga. So yeah, number 6, Dragon Ball Z Fusion Reborn. Number 5, Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods. The first Dragon Ball Z movie since I think 1995 after Wrath of the Dragon. So I think I'm not sure. Oh yeah, I think it was 1995. But yeah, the first Dragon Ball Z movie since 1995. So it was a great way to bring the franchise back. Thanks to Dragon Ball Evolution. Because it really got Akira Toriyama mad, so he decided to work on the franchise back. So he put Dragon Ball behind him. But that movie made him give us this. So yeah. So it's a great movie too. It kind of shows the power of teamwork. With Goku and the Saiyan having to work together to some of the Super Saiyan God, but with all pride thing, Goku has a tough time accepting that. Also gives more of a backstory. It's the other universe, a little bit too not too much, but they know that there's beings stronger than both Beerus and Goku. So yeah, there's that. Vegeta finally getting his big brain, getting stronger than Goku. Something we thought we'd never see, but yeah, Vegeta got stronger than Goku for a few minutes, pretty much a minute. So yeah, I would give this movie a little bit more higher rating, but more on the list. But due to the fact that it was mostly just talking in this movie, not too much fighting. I don't even mind that there's not too much fighting in the movie, but just the fact that there's there's just too much talking and partying of some of the Super Saiyan guys. So yeah, So for that, there was especially there was a lot of build to the Super Saiyan God, and the fact that I was able to hurt Beerus too. So for that reason, I can't give it a higher, put it higher on the list. Again, it just kind of, there's so much hype for it, it didn't really live up to it. So yeah, number 5, Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods. Number 4, Dragon Ball Z Wrath of the Dragon. The final non-canon Dragon Ball Z movie. So yeah, this was the final Dragon Ball Z non-canon movie that was created by Toei themselves, and it was a good movie too. The whole Tapion story, and the wizard trying to, I forgot the wizard's name, but the wizard trying to summon Harudagon again. Trunks, see the Tapion as his big brother again. Well, not again, but he tries to build a friendship, with Tapion, see him as his big brother, and eventually they're kind of able to do that. And then Harudagon just being unstoppable, the Z-Fighters have a tough time beating him, but it's eventually Goku does this, and find out who will. But of course, that's a bit though. Why is the English movie named Wrath of the Dragon? There's no dragon in this movie besides the dragon fish. So yeah, I was kind of disappointed with that. It took me a while to figure that out. Why was it called the Wrath of the Dragon? When there's no dragon in the movie? But yeah, but it was still a great movie though. So definitely one of my favorite Dragon Ball Z movies, Wrath of the Dragon. Number 3, Dragon Ball Z Broly, the legendary Super Saiyan. Now this movie was actually pretty good. Like a friend of mine had it. He let me borrow it. He kind of told me a few about it before I watched it. Like, and I threw it to support. The Broly was the strongest Super Saiyan like in history. Like, Vegeta was scared of him, and like, it was just insane. Like, it took all the Z fighters all the Saiyans, just to beat him, and like he was unstoppable. Like, and pairing his, like starving hatred to Vegeta out of what his father did to him and Broly. But like, yeah, so. Well, it was without doubt the best non-canon Dragon Ball Z movie that Toei made. So, yeah, Dragon Ball Z, Broly, the legendary Super Saiyan. Because this, he became so popular in the Dragon Ball community. They made 2 more crappy movies after this one. Like, he's pretty much in almost all the games. So, yeah, Broly, Dragon Ball Z. I'm still kind of sick, so my thoughts a little bit dry. But yeah, number 3, Dragon Ball Z, Broly, the legendary Super Saiyan. Dragon Ball Super Superhero. Now this movie was number 2 to the fact why there wasn't too much fighting in the movie. Like it did keep me entertained throughout the movie. Lots of comedy, lots of mysteries, and surprises. I enjoyed that, especially like with Piccolo. This movie mostly be about Piccolo. Obviously this movie should be called Piccolo's movie to the fact it's mostly about Piccolo. Like at least 90 to 95% of the movies it's all about Piccolo. Going a little bit like Goku Vegeta in this movie a lot. So. Sorry, still kind of sick. Sorry, but yeah, number 2, Dragon Ball Super Dragon Ball Super Superhero. It was a great movie. Funny, lots of exciting stuff in the movie, and like good fighting too. But like I just feel like it had to be number 2. Just for it just wasn't like that hyped up to my first movies that I picked. So yeah, Dragon Ball Super Superhero number 2. Number 1, Dragon Ball Super Broly. Now, this movie was number 1 due to the fact that Akira Toriyama decided to bring Broly, canon. He's finally canon in this franchise now, and he did a good job, to kind of change the story up too. It's not the same as the first movie you saw back in 1993. Broly's a little bit different this time. While the story is kind of same, he's exiled to another planet by King Vegeta, but still a little bit different though. And Broly's also a different character too. He's not pure evil like he was in the first movie. He has a lot more potential. He's able to hold his own against Goku and Vegeta in their Super Saiyan blue forms, and then he's so strong that they swallowed their pride to do a fusion against a non-fusion character. And Goku doesn't really like to do that unless the characters are fused. But yeah, so without that, this was definitely my number 1 movie. And of course, this is the first Dragon Ball Super movie. Akira Toriyama did a great job, of doing it right. So yeah, it's Dragon Ball Super Broly. But anyway, guys, what was your favorite Dragon Ball Z Super movies? Comment below, let me know, and have a great day, everyone.